Hello, everyone. Let me go check out, make sure my live chat is working. Let me go check out, make sure my live chat. Okay. Hi, Stephen. Welcome. Hi. I forgot how to pronounce your first name again. Medlock. Hey, Medlock. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. Today, I want to finish up on the last 5 questions that we have for the vetting process as we all move over into the new blockchain platform 2.0. And also it is available for new people to go through those 10 questions in order to understand what TBC, the billion coin, the Kringle coin, is all about and what our community is all about and why we are not on a market or trading exchange. And it does an absolutely marvelous job at doing that. I mean, it's just genius what admin has come up with in formulating those questions so that people literally vet themselves out just by reading a paragraph and then having to answer one of 2 questions, A or B. And if you get it wrong, it tells you get it wrong, and it tells you to go back and read it again and pick the right answer. So you can't fail it. It's just a method that we have the opportunity now to use because we are moving over to this new blockchain platform. And so we have the ability now, because we're changing everything, switching over to a much higher tech website, the whole thing, and system, that we can go ahead and throw that in now and eliminate some of the problems that we have noticed in the last 2 years since we've been out with our coin. And not only that, but we have to charge a $10 fee, and that covers a year of your back office, which allows you to give the coin away to your family, your friends, anybody you love and care about when it comes to their financial future. And it allows you to look at everything, see everything, get trained and educated on the billion coin. And it also gives you a lifetime wallet with no transaction fees. Okay, so that $10 charge is there. $10 is annual for the back office, but it pays for the lifetime wallet fee one time. That's it. It includes the wallet fee for lifetime usage with no transaction fees whatsoever. Okay, so, and then we have promotions, constant promotions that allow people to get massive amounts of Kringles, a full coin, even though our coin is worth close to $8 million right now per coin. You can still get a coin for $100. Okay, we do this because we have a small part of our system centralized so that we can distribute our wealth evenly. We're not a normal cryptocurrency that just gets created and most of them created on the old blockchain. They're not able to do too many transactions at one time. We saw the problems that happens. They have to have a fork and a new coin comes out. We went ahead and built over the last 8 months a brand new, just modern version of that. And so now we can do transactions as fast as Visa or MasterCard all over the world at the same time. So it's a total game changer for cryptocurrency. And we're an abundance-based cryptocurrency, which means our price always goes up in value. It's based on an algorithm rather than a trading exchange or just plain old supply and demand. For instance, Bitcoin has 21 million coins, and that's all they're ever going to have. That provides the supply and demand. but it's not enough coins to be a solution to the economic problems of the world. It's not enough, but it was good. It started things going, okay? And when people out there watched what happened, then some folks got together and created the Billion coin and said, okay, we don't want to go on the trading exchange because then the wealthy can manipulate the price and end up with all the coins over time, just like they do with all market systems. So we stayed off of that, and we created an algorithm to bring value to our coin by way, our algorithm is based on us, people. Every person that joins our community signs a membership agreement, agreeing to abide by the membership rules, not to discount the coins, so and so. And it raises the value of our coin by 1 grain of gold. Each member raises the price of our coin by 1 grain of gold. Okay, a grain of gold is the smallest measurement of gold that there is. It takes 480 grains to create 1 troy ounce of gold. And right now, at today's gold prices, a grain of gold is worth about $2.80. So the algorithm is built so that the price of our coin goes up by membership. Our goal is to hit 1 billion members as fast as we can. That will top out the price. It will never get to a higher price than 1 billion price too, according to the value of gold at the time. We expect to be there in the next 2 years, easily. Okay, and let me explain why, and then I'll get back to these questions that I want to get to, because they're just really cool, and it helps explain what we're all about and educates the new person, because now that we do have a $10 fee, which we didn't used to have before, unless you really wanted to give the coin out and you wanted that back office, it was optional, but there was no wallet fee until now. And if you do want to purchase some Primo coins, now at least you're going to know what you're getting into, because obviously we're not a product. We are a currency. We are a monetary system. We don't have any refunds. Okay. And the admin does not sell any coins. Okay. We, the members who buy coins or pieces of the coin, we have coins. Okay. And some of them have more than others because of our participation in our community. Okay, the algorithm is built on distribution of the wealth out there to the people. So the whole point of our coin is to get our coin in the hands of people. We don't want to use fiat currency. We're not out to make fiat currency, US dollars / Federal Reserve notes or the euro. We want to use the Billion coin, the Kringle coin, okay, as money. Okay, we want to exchange it, just like people can exchange things for Bitcoin to a very limited degree right now, because it was the first and it has been the most popular, and I believe it's currently the most expensive. It's around $8,000 or $9,000 per coin. But then there's our coin. Okay, there's our coin that takes a little bit more understanding to understand what we're all about. And that's why we have this education platform, because during our distribution phase, which is what we're doing, there's a big, huge part of it that's educating people. Okay, it's nice when we come across people that already know a little bit about cryptocurrency, or they own some Bitcoin, or maybe one of the other coins, Litecoin, Ethereum, one of the more popular ones. And I'd love to get into going on what's the latest news with Bitcoin is on this broadcast tonight too. Right now it's about 12 after 5 p.m. my time, which is Pacific Daylight Savings Times. I'm in the Las Vegas area, and I try to be on every day at 5 o'clock. So where was I? Okay, when we started out, we didn't really have an ICO, okay? Because ICOs are basically set up, an initial coin offering, to start a coin out that's going to go on the trading exchange. So they come out with the coin, they say, here's the current price. Jump in now while the price is so cheap. Get as many coins as you want, and then as soon as we put it on the trading exchange, you know it's going to at least double, which 99% of the time it does. Okay, so people that get involved are able to, because sometimes there's a minimum amount that an ICO investor needs to buy. And so not everybody can get involved with an ICO. You see, that's another problem. That's another problem. See, it's all based on greed, right? And so is that market. It's based on greed. It's based on what can we get, which is fiat currency, right? I mean, if the wealthy come in and purchase up all Bitcoin, because they can, nobody can stop them. It's on a market that raises the price of the coin on the market. So all the people that don't quite understand what's going on and don't understand what a market system does, and they should know by now, if they've been around as long as I have, they certainly should know, because we've seen the damage of the stock market crashing as it has so many times in our lifetime so far, and how that's hurt people. Okay, so any market can be manipulated and pumped and dumped. So let me see how I can put this. Well, the bottom line is that the wealthy can come in and buy as much as they want. And it does raise the price, and then the people that don't quite understand the system, or some of them do, and obviously we know of people who have made billions on the stock market. Okay, so those that know what they're doing, they'll come in, they'll buy, and they'll watch the price go up until they hit a mark where they feel comfortable with their investment, and they'll sell. And what do they sell for? They sell for fiat currency, for the US dollar again. And that's where they're building their wealth. They're building their wealth on a debt-based system controlled by central bankers that's not a part of the government whatsoever. Not the real government. Okay, it's completely against the US Constitution. We have our money in a private banking system. It's not ours. It's not yours and mine. Okay, it's not we the people. Okay, it was taken away from us in 1913 by a trader called Woodrow Wilson, along with Teddy Roosevelt. And they came in and manipulated the election against Taft, who wouldn't have anything to do with the Federal Reserve Act and would not pass it. And he was going on his second term. He was out there, campaigning for his second term. And the Federal Reserve Act, the private bankers here in America couldn't wait another 4 years. So they desperately went back to Teddy, who was the president before Taft, and said, come on, run against these two. You'll pull enough votes. Wilson might win. In fact, we're pretty sure he will if you come in and do this for us. And then we'll be able to do our thing. And that's exactly what happened. And 3 days after Woodrow Wilson took office, he signed the Federal Reserve Act, turning our monetary system, betraying all of America over to the private bankers. Okay. So, what got me started on that? I get off sometimes and I just can't keep up. So anyway, with what I'm saying, and that's my problem. I just kind of keep my mind more organized and more focused. Okay, so the wealthy, so I was back and talking how the market works. Most of those people who want to get in when they see the price of a coin like Bitcoin starting to go up, they rush in and they buy what they can, and they watch it go up. And they said, okay, we'll pull out too. We'll pull out when I get to, depending on how greedy they are, they'll pull out when they've made 10% on their money. They'll pull out when they make 20, 30, 40, 50. Depends on their greed, right? But what they don't understand is timing, okay? They don't understand how the wealthy work when they're pumping and raising that price up. So they get in at the wrong time, and then it's right before a dump, which means the wealthy sell on purpose. and it drops the value down. And all these people panic and lose, and they lose, and they sell whatever that they can to get out of the market and not take a complete loss. It puts all those coins back into the system where the wealthy can pick them up over time. And they just keep pumping and dumping until they get all the wealth again. That's the way it is in all markets. So that's what makes our coin different. We weren't going to be in our market. So when we had this, our beginning, it wasn't really an ICO. It was just like, okay, here we are. And those of us, and I was not one of them, I didn't even get involved. I didn't even find out about TBC for a year later. Okay, when I had done some massive homework on Bitcoin and got involved with Bitcoin. And finally, bam, hit me in the head that this thing wasn't going away. It was real. Okay, so then I noticed this thing called TBC on YouTube, and I started checking it out. And back then, there wasn't too many videos, but it was enough to get me the information I needed. I got on their website, I read, and it was just common sense what they were doing. It was just amazing. I had to get involved, and I did. And so when we first started out, we only started out allowing 100 people to come in and begin the process to purchase some coins, and we limited what they could buy. Okay, it wasn't that much. But the coins were so cheap at that point that obviously they were going to end up with a large amount of wealth as time went on. But we only allowed 100. Okay, in fact, we called them stakeholders, and then other people found out about it, and it got started March 21st, 2016 with about 171 people. Okay, a year later, March 21st of last year, 2017, we had grown to just shy of 100,000 members. So the coin was already worth $200,000. Okay, over $200,000, right? So very few people could buy the coin anymore, but that was okay. We knew what we were doing. We have control of how we distribute the coin. We don't allow wealthy people to come in and buy whatever they want. Okay, we don't. But we will allow you to get pretty darn rich because we have 1 billion coins to distribute. Never more than 1 billion. There's your supply and demand. And our first 1 billion people will max out the price, and we'll never get higher than whatever a grain of gold is per coin when we reach our first 1 billion members. So we're going to have enough multi-billionaires, multi-millionaires, and even some trillionaires. I'll be honest with you. Okay. And this is the future to take care of the rest of the people in the world, the other 6.5 billion people. Okay. So it's a complete game changer. We're going to eliminate world poverty, financial poverty. No other cryptocurrency is in a position to do that, especially if they're on a trading market exchange. Now, right now, the central bankers are doing everything they can to demonize Bitcoin and tell us, stay away from it. It's no good. The price is too volatile, which it is because they're controlling it now because it's on a market. Don't put your faith in Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. You know, because they're scared to death of it because they have no control over it. They have been in control with their monetary, debt-based, slave-based system. Well, yeah, economic system. It's not money. It's currency. It has no value. It's just paper or whatever. Okay, and it's gotten to the point where the US dollar is no longer the reserve currency of the world for the first time in decades. Why? Because the people around the world have finally realized your system is just horrendous. It is destroying our countries. All you guys are doing is creating war, terror, misery, and you're stripping our lands and our countries of their resources and taking it for yourselves. I mean, the people have just had it. And they've never been able to do anything about it until now because of technology. And now they see technology. They see what cryptocurrency is. They see what Bitcoin is. And they say, okay, we can create our own coin now. We don't need the US dollar. And I've talked about this before. And let me see if I forgot what I was talking about to see if I need to go back and finish what I was talking about. I'm going to go over the 5 questions that we didn't go over yesterday. And just the differences, I guess, is what I'm trying to, our growth. Okay. Our growth is what I want to finish talking about. So at the end of our second year, which was, March 21st of last year, 2017, we had grown 30 times in that 12-month period, by 30 times. So we went from 100,000 members to 3 million. And this was our slowest period ever because we ran into the same problems all the other coins did, with transactions slow down and just backlogged transactions because too many people within our community were doing peer-to-peer already. Even though we weren't on a transaction, we weren't on a trading exchange where every trade is a transaction, which is why Bitcoin got in so much trouble and all the other ones to a point. But Bitcoin, obviously, as the most popular and most highly traded coin, it got bogged down. They had to fork off and create another coin called Bitcoin Cash. That was last August. Now there's something else going on with Bitcoin. I don't know what it is, but something else is going to happen this August. But anyway, the point is, we grew 30 times in a year where we got bogged down, so bogged down that for a period of time, for a few months, we couldn't even transact at all. Okay. And then when we started to transact, we were still on the old system. So it was as they were fixing it, trying to fix it, they just let a few of us use the system in order to test it and make sure it didn't get bogged down. And then they would open it up to more of the members. Meantime, we were building this whole brand new system on the back end, okay? And again, I didn't say this today, but yes, our coin is self-funded. The creators of our coin are self-funded. They don't need our money. They don't need it's not even money. They don't need the US dollar. They don't want it. That's not the purpose of our coin. Our purpose of a coin is to make people wealthy by using our coin. We want our own economy. Okay, we don't even need to have 100 million people to have our own economy. But 1 billion will have a completely solid worldwide economy at 1 billion members. But no, we don't even need 100 million. I mean, we could probably have our own economy here in the United States and just about, in every country to a point with 50 million. Okay, so we're at 3.1 million right now. Bitcoin is approximately at 12 million after all these years. Okay, and they don't seem to be growing too fast. Okay, but the point is there's only 21 million coins going to be mined. So there's just not enough wealth there to make any kind of a difference. The good thing about these cryptocurrencies that are on the trading exchanges is that they are options to protect our wealth that we currently have in the system. That wealth being fiat or fiat currency, which is worthless. Okay, it's only worth anything because the people still have a little bit of faith in it. But the people around the world are losing their faith. China's getting rid of it. Russia's already gotten rid of it. They're putting gold behind their currency, and they're going to create their own cryptocurrency. Venezuela created their own cryptocurrency, the petro coins. Okay, they based it on the oil that they have in their country. Okay, the problem with that country is because the central banking system, the deep state, has sanctions on that country, so they can't sell their gold. And they weren't going along with the plan, right? So the people said, hey, we can't sell our oil. So is this money really real? And they said, well, technically it is really real, but we understand what you're saying. So I tell you what, we'll switch it over to gold because we have our own gold right here in our country now. We got it all back. We repatriated it. And we have it here in our country. So we'll base it on gold. How's that? And people go, yeah, okay, that's cool. And now, guess what? We just found out Venezuela is getting with the Palestinians, and they're going to make a deal with cryptocurrency, okay, and get on their own monetary system. Okay, again, I'm telling you, Money equals freedom when it's in the control of the people. Not when it's in the control of the few evil people that it's been in control of for centuries. And it's been in solid control here in America since 1913. Okay? Think about it. Out of 7.5 billion people in the world, there's only 2,047 billionaires. If that doesn't explain to you and make you realize how sick the system is, when only 2,047 people have $1 or more billion, and the rest don't. Who's in control? You know, who vetted those people? Are those people good people? No, they're not. 99% of them aren't, because that's what happens. But when you have 1 million billionaires that have been vetted, that is completely different. It's something it's even hard to comprehend. And that's what we're achieving. 1 million billionaires and then 1 billion millionaires. And there'll be multimillionaires and multi-billionaires. Like I said, there'll be a few trillionaires. Okay, especially those original 100 that got in. But guess what? We vetted those 100. We know what kind of people they are. Okay, we don't have to worry about anybody in our community. Our community is something that everyone in this world will be a part of in just a matter of time. We want you in right now. Okay, the sooner you can get in, the sooner you learn about it, the sooner you can get the coin into your family and friends' hands, and the sooner we can use it as money, because that's what it is. It's valued on the people. We are worth more than anything else in the world. Okay, and there's another coin coming out that will be an abundance-based coin, which validates what we're doing. They've just started an ICO, okay, but they're not going to go on a trading exchange. They're letting their people know right up front that, hey, we are built on an algorithm. Now, how does their algorithm compare to ours? Ours is based on people, right? Every person that joins is worth a grain of gold. Theirs is every person that purchases their coin raises the price up of the coin a fraction for the next person who has to purchase it or does purchase it. Okay? It's the same thing. It never goes down in value. Every day it has to go up, because every time someone makes another purchase, they're purchasing it at a higher price, just a fraction. Okay, because you can divide a coin by 100 million times, even more. Okay, so there you go. That's going to be the second abundance-based coin. That will come out in April of 2019. Okay, and the more of those coins, the better. And the reason why they've broken all the ICO records and pulled in already $1.7 billion is because people are being educated. People are seeing what's going on. People are being involved with the cryptocurrency world. They know it's the future. It's like the internet when it first came out. These people know, and those are the people that bought Microsoft stock. Okay, I'm just making a comparison. Okay, it's the way it is all the time. It's the people that take the time to learn about what's going on with technology and what it can offer and can look into the future. And there's a lot of people that can just use common sense to look into the future because they know history. Okay, and so that is what has happened. You can't deny it. You can't deny $1.7 billion brought into a coin a year before it even comes out. Why? There must be a reason. Okay? All right. So we are the billion coin, okay? And pieces or divisions of our coin is called Kringles. We call them Kringles because the admin calls himself Chris Kringle, because he's giving the coin away, okay? For free. $3,000 worth. Today, it's always going up in price. You want some? Look, there's a link below in the video if you're not already involved, you know, and you can get your gift of $3,000 worth of Kringles. That's always going to go up in price. And not only that, but we'll sell you $100 worth of Kringles at the current price of whatever day you purchase it. okay, for $100 or $200 or $300, every set of $100, we're going to give you 100 million cookie rewards. We're going to drop them right into your back office, okay? And every time we have a redemption period, which we are in a redemption period, our second one right now for the month of May. The whole month of May, we are redeeming anyone who has cookie rewards into 100 million Kringles, real coins. 100 million Kringles is 1 billion coin, which is currently worth $8 million and will top out at $2.8 million when we reach the first billion members. So you'll be basically, for $100, you could be a multi-billionaire. You've never seen leverage like this in your life. It's hard for most people to comprehend it. Most people think it's way too good to be true. It must be a scam, but it's not a scam. We're giving our coin away. If we were all about scamming people out of their fiat cash, you know it. Okay, I've been around long enough in this industry. Well, not this industry, the cryptocurrency industry, but the opportunity industry that's been available on the internet since it came out. Okay, including multi-level marketing, network marketing, okay, which is what I was raised on. Okay, my mom was into that. Okay, and so I have seen everything, and I have been fooled many, many times. Okay, and then it just got to a point where I was just so, I wouldn't call it intelligent about it, but I was just so experienced with it that I could spot a scam just like that. You know, I kept doing research on the people behind companies, people behind these opportunities. And I got to know them. They're the same group of people that just go from one ripoff to another. They'll start up, get your money, and then they'll close up and they'll start up in another company. And they won't reveal themselves, but there's ways to find out, okay? If you're serious about those types of things, not get scammed. Most of us won't do that. Most of us will just go, I got ripped off. And then if they're smart, they won't do that again. But, you know, when something sounds too good to be true, most of the time it is, right? So, again, we have been accused, our billion coin has been accused of being a scam coin. Well, it's not on the trading exchange, Paul. How could it be real? Well, that's the reason why it's so real. It's because it's not on the trading exchange. Well, that doesn't make sense. Well, let me explain how it works. And either they're going to get it or they're not. Okay? And so I've been involved for a year. We're 2 years old. We haven't gone anywhere. We've only improved our system. And now, right now, starting April 30th, which was last Monday, we are migrating from that old blockchain over to the new blockchain. All 3.1 million members are going to have their coins put into a new wallet system from our new billion coin chest, treasure chest, okay? And when we're done, boom, service shut down, it's over. It's gone. And if anybody doesn't migrate any coin they have over by the end of 90 days, because that's how long we're going to take, 90 days to make sure we can do it all. And then we shut it down. Okay? And so that's another reason why we're doing these broadcasts every day, is because we're trying to get to all those people that, oh, maybe they came in, got involved, maybe they just got their free coins, but the person that introduced them to them, they didn't, you know, give them enough support, make themselves known, or the people just kind of forgot about it. Oh, it's, you know, that's cryptocurrency. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I got some free, but I haven't even bothered to look to see what it's worth it now. And they just don't know what's going on. They haven't kept up. They haven't gone to our main site and looked at the blog, because the administrator, Chris Kringle himself, posts daily updates. Do you get that with Bitcoin? No. You want to find out what Bitcoin, you have to find out from people who kind of know, you know, are educated enough to know how the platform works and know the possibilities of what could happen. But there's no control. Satoshi Nakamoto walked away from it in 2011 for a very good reason, to give confidence to the people and owners and the miners of Bitcoin so that they knew that Satoshi can never come along later on and change the plan. Well, instead of 21 million, I decided we're going to mine 100 billion. Well, there just goes all the value of that coin. You see what I'm saying? That's how the fiat currency system works. Oh, we need some more money? Well, let's just make it. They type away on their computers and they put some more money in the system. Okay? Oh, we're $22 trillion in debt as the United States. We're $22 trillion in debt. What is that? $22 trillion in debt. That's insane. Okay? We need some more money. Well, we'll just raise the debt cap. Okay, let's pass the law. We need some more money. We don't want to default. And they don't want us to default. Who's they? The central banking system doesn't want any country to default on their system, because then they'd be able to point at the central banking system and say, this was all your fault. And that would be the end of the central banking system. So they keep you right on the edge, right? And then they bail you out. Oh, we'll make some more money. Don't worry about it. We'll bail you out. Problem is, they've been doing this since 1913, and in this country, straight on, with no disruptions whatsoever to the system. So their structure is so strong now that we have never been able to destroy it. No president has been able to destroy it. John F. Kennedy was the only one that tried. We saw what happened to him. And but now, because of technology, we can do it, and we are. Okay, and that's a whole nother subject, because we're doing it from all sides. Okay, we're creating peace around the world. I'm talking about the patriots and Trump, and we're getting rid of the deep state, elite, the establishment, the status quo, the central bankers, whatever you want to call them. We're at war against them, and so far we've won every battle. Today I just found out Trump has pulled out of the Iran deal. We're bringing peace to Iran. Okay, that's what we do. That's what patriots and Trump do. We don't start wars. We don't get into wars. We don't get into terrorists. We don't make terrorism. We make peace. And we're getting off the central banking system. Okay, real quick, let me go. I always forget this, and I can see my computer slowing down. So I need to go over and check my live. See if anybody's complaining on the chat. Hang on, my computer. I have terrible Wi-Fi, but I hope I'm not having audio programs again today like I did 2 days ago. Okay, I don't see anybody. Hi, Diana. Hi, Joe. Thanks for coming, guys. Crypto TBC. Ryan, thanks so much. If you guys are, I don't see anybody complaining about the audio. So, okay, we're 40 minutes into this. Enough of all this talk about politics. And see, politics and money go together. It's freedom. And that's what we're all about, freedom. Freedom and peace. Okay? Unselfishness across the board. And again, I want to let you new people know, if you're watching this video, that we have control of our coin. Unlike any other cryptocurrency yet, we have control of our coin. But it's just a little bit. It's just enough that we can control the distribution. We can control the wealth as we spread it throughout the world. and we can eliminate people who are not going to abide by the rules and discount the coin, which would destroy our coin. Okay? We have a real community with an individual owner who is anonymous, but he communicates with the community, 3.1 million people right now, every day, almost every day, 99.999%, not all days, but almost every day, okay? Anywhere from 1 to 5 blogs or more, okay? And he keeps us up to date, and we have leaders in the system all over the world. I mean, we're just a fabulous group. We're an unbelievable community. Just how awesome we are, you'd want to join before you would join anything else. I mean, I hate to compare ourselves to the Freemasons, but if the Freemasons have the right to create their own little group, their own little community, and have their rules, and they're as successful as they are, anybody can. It's called unity, people. It's called people just coming together. It's like a church or a religion or anything like that. People with a certain ideology. They get on social media and they say, let's make a group of us and let's all communicate and let's do this. Okay, well, we're doing that, but it's just on a huge scale. We want 1 billion. And then we're going to have every member in the world on our system. And maybe there's going to be other monetary systems too. There will be. The more the better. There's no competition in money. The more the better, because that just gives us more solutions, and more options for us to never be slaves to any economic system ever again in the history, in the future. Okay. All right. So let me go over to where I can finish those 5. Okay, let me see if I can get that. Okay, there we go. Okay, the way the questionnaire works is there's a paragraph of information, okay, some education, and then we are required of 2 questions or 2 answers, okay? And by doing that, it will bring in the kind of people that we want, like-minded people. People that are based on greed and selfishness are going to be turned off by these questions, and they're going to vet themselves out. Okay? Yeah. So what this is doing is it is helping to prevent someone who doesn't understand the system or has, not really the kind of people we want coming in and spending a little bit of money on fees and then buying some Kringles on top of their free ones, and then saying, "Oh, I don't want it. I can't do what I wanted to do. I want my money back." There's no refunds on money. Okay, there's no refunds at all. And we charge a $10 admin fee for the back wallet. Includes for the back office includes a lifetime wallet. Okay, and that $10 is charged once a year. Pay for the servers. We weren't even charging that, but we've got to give people some kind of value. I mean, I know it's ridiculous. $100 could get you, $110 could get you a coin that's going to be worth $2.8 billion at today's gold prices when we hit our first billion people. And it's going to stop there when it comes to the growth of the money. That's the cap we put on it. It's the first billion. Okay, $100 is going to make me right now a multimillionaire. One coin is worth $8 million right now in grains of gold. Okay, But we are not about collecting fiat currency. We are about making our coin the first and the best economic monetary system in the world, using our coin to purchase anything and everything we need to build whatever we need to change the world. We will change it using Kringle coins. That is the future. That is what we're trying to do. And we are doing it. Okay? And I don't see how we can be stopped. But the central banking system, again, will come out against us and everyone else that they can't control. And they won't go down without a fight. I mean, just common sense. Okay, so, again, I can't say that enough about the opportunity that is available right now because of cryptocurrency. The leverage we have with our Billion coin is unheard of. $110 makes you a multimillionaire right now. And even though maybe we can't use it right now as an economic system because there's not enough, we're not as large as Bitcoin in our membership. What do you think is going to happen after 90 days when our new blockchain can do transactions as fast as Visa or MasterCard all over the world? And there's no bog down. There's nothing that can stop it. This new system has been tested and tested and tested. It is absolutely unreal. If I wasn't 100% confident in it, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, spending my time every day getting the word out. I have nothing to gain except if one person comes in and becomes a member, then the price of our coin goes up by 1 grain of gold. That's the only thing I have would have motivation for. But I have motivation for a whole lot of reasons because I'm into freedom and I'm into truth. Those are two of my biggest passions in life. Besides the scriptures, truth and freedom. And then, of course, music. But truth and freedom are huge. It's the way I've been raised. Okay? So I've never seen a position in our history where we are at right now. And so, again, though, we're not in the convincing business. We'll give you as much as we can information. You're going to have to take it into your own hands and finish educating yourself on the little details if you need to. But my gosh, for $100, just get in and do it and forget about it if you want. Of course, you're not going to want to forget about it. At least you'll have, hey, I spent $100. What do I have? Let me go look at my wallet. Do I really have a full coin now that I've redeemed it? And you're going to see that full coin in there. You're going to see the value of it. Okay? You're going to see that what it's worth. And you're going to say, wow, maybe I should tell a few other people. What's $100? Some people have $1,000 they can blow, and it wouldn't even hurt them. Okay, we're doing deals peer-to-peer right now. A guy just bought a plot of land in Arizona for $10,000 in Kringles. $10,000 in Kringles. That individual who accepted the $10,000 and now has the $10,000 in his wallet, he will get one full coin for every $100 out of that $10,000. So what is that, 100 coins? He's going to get himself 100 coins through our cookie reward system. 100 times a maximum of or let's just say $3 billion. What's 100? He's going to be worth $300 billion. If that's what it is. If I'm doing my math right. Okay? Yeah, 10 times, he's going to get 100 coins. And all he did was he decided that he didn't need the cash. He didn't need the fiat money system. And he got convinced by doing his own homework when the guy approached him, hey, you're selling your plot of land for $16,000. I'll give you 10. What are you talking about? I want 16,000. Well, I'm going to give you more than 16,000. Well, what are you talking about? You just said 10. Well, I'm going to give you 10,000 in the Billion coin. Well, what's that? It's a cryptocurrency. And that's how I got started. It was as simple as that. Within a few days, the man was completely convinced that, oh my gosh, You're going to give me $10,000 in a coin that's going to go up in value way beyond $16,000. Oh yeah. In fact, you're going to be on the cookie reward. You're going to end up with $300 billion in Kringle, in TBC. And the guy decided it was worth it. Okay, obviously he didn't need the cash that bad, or he would have insisted on fiat cash. So he took a little risk and he's going for it. Okay, so we are already doing peer-to-peer transactions with all kinds of things between people. We just go out and make deals, and either the people get it or they don't. But that's the way it is with Bitcoin, right? Either people are going to accept Bitcoin right now or they're not. They're going to say it's too volatile. I could take your money today, but if I'm depending on it to repurchase product to sell to you tomorrow, and it goes down by 40% tomorrow, you know, I lose. Well, what if it goes up 40%? Oh, well, great. But there's no guarantee because it's on a market. Okay. So these questions are awesome. Okay, yesterday I ended with the 5th question, which was, is it really possible to ever end poverty for all on Earth? The answer to that was absolutely. So let us move on to the 6th question here. Okay. The 6th question starts out with this paragraph. Mankind has always enthusiastically embraced the advances in technology. At one time, not too long ago, having a telephone in your car was only available to the richest among us. Now, even some of the poorest people on Earth carry a smartphone in their pockets. Advances in all areas of technology have gone vertical in the development curves. Great change is coming as a result. Either these technologies will liberate mankind to make any dream possible, or they will doom mankind towards an inescapable enslavement and a misery never before seen for mankind. Okay, so he's basically saying there's going to be two choices that's going to happen in our future. We're at that point where it's going to either get worse or it's going to get unbelievably better. Okay, now just because if Trump and Patriots win and they get rid of the central banking system, they'll come up with their currency that will most likely be backed by gold. The point is, we won't be enslaved anymore. And cryptocurrency and technology of the blockchain platform will continue to advance, and there'll be other options. Ours is a solution. Ours just happens to be the first solution. The other coin I talked about that's coming out from Telegram, the messaging service that's been around since 2013, it's completely private. Owner is extremely smart. 200 million members were chatting last month. He's the one coming out with that coin. It's built on an algorithm where every time a person purchases it, it goes up a fraction. Okay? And the more of these coins that come out in the future, the better. But we are the first ones. And that, not that that matters, it's just that we're here already. And we've already overcome the main problem in cryptocurrencies right now. Two of the main problems. We're not on a trading exchange, and we've got a new 2.0 platform that has speeds as fast as Visa card and MasterCard, which you absolutely have to have if you're going to have a world economy. You've got to be able to go through your cash registers just like that, everywhere and anywhere in the world, right? Common sense. The technology is only getting better, and this is what he's talking about. Okay. Knowledge of all things is practically available for all at our fingertips today. Okay? Because of the computer, the internet. Our community seeks to empower even the smallest among us to rise up and fulfill their respective purposes embedded within each the day they were born. We are recreating our collective environment to allow each of us to flourish in abundance. Okay? A is, well, the 6th. Well, yeah, here's the 6th question and then the 2 answers. Here's the question. Can we do something about not starving to death as robots take over all of our jobs? Let me say that again. Can we do something about not starving to death as robots take over our jobs? Some people who, if they don't know enough about technology and how it's advancing and how there will never be scarcity, no matter how advanced technology gets, will immediately know that, the answer to that. I immediately know that. Yes, we can definitely do something about not starving to death because of technology. Okay, so here are the two answers. A is no. The best we can hope for is that our governments will take care of us. Take care of us all, I'm sorry. Take care of us all with some kind of a living wage so we don't die due to the lack of jobs robotics will bring. Sorry. B is yes, TBC is the correct answer because it is better than a money system. Oh, it's better that a money system is driven by the people instead of the elite, and the community embraces the truth about abundance. Duh. Okay. Now we go on to the 7th question and the little paragraph that comes before it. The education part of the 7th question. Okay. Currently, TBC is centralized. An admin has the power to turn on and off the send buttons in the wallet. Okay, we have the blockchain itself is completely decentralized. Okay, so we've kept control of the wallet system. It's the best of both worlds when you think about it and you realize what we're all about. Okay, it's the best of both worlds. Okay, so it says the power to turn on and off the send buttons of each of the members. Okay, now that sounds scary. That will sound very scary to some people. Okay, because they're just not educated enough. They're not knowledgeable enough about how things work. Okay, so he goes on and says, at first, admin launched TBC as a decentralized coin network, which meant that the wallet was decentralized. Okay, he couldn't stop anybody from doing anything with the wallet system. So people started to discount the coin because those who got in first had so many coins and they were selling them to other people. And if other people didn't have the price of what the current coin was worth that day because of membership growth, well, they would discount the coin. Well, they would give it away for 10 cents on the dollar, which was destroying the coin. So we had no choice but to centralize that wallet system. But we couldn't have done it without an admin in the first place sticking around and having this whole mission and being ready and prepared for that. Okay, so he goes on and says that at first it was a decentralized coin network, and due to members discounting the TBC coins, the abundance-based currency idea practically died in that environment. The coin network was rebuilt and centralized as a result in order to continue to spread the concept of an abundance-based currency. Admin remains unknown. For the same reasons the creator of Bitcoin remains unknown. Admin could have walked away from a decentralized system and easily remained unknown. TBC is still very much under development at this time, and admin is needed to keep the system going for now. Once we are close to the end of the phase, admin will redesign the entire coin network to once again operate in a decentralized fashion. Okay, so all that's basically being said here is that he'll put the wallets back into the full control of the people. It is in the best interest of all participants within the TBC community to respect the privacy of admin and allow the TBC community to grow quickly. Another great thing about him saying this is that it lets us know that he's going to basically step back like Satoshi did. So we can have confidence that he's not going to change things at any time in the future and destroy the coin. Okay, that's not what he's about. Okay, but he's letting us know this is what you can count on me. Okay. All right. Now, let's get to the 7th question. After that little wealth of information there. Seventh question is, isn't it vital to my success within the TBC community to personally know the identity of the TBC admins? It's either true or false, right? Isn't it vital to my success within? It's either true or false. It's false. Knowing the identity of the admin has nothing to do with the success of anybody that's involved in our community. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Okay, moving on to the 8th question. Each member of TBC is responsible to stay updated and educated on TBC by going to the blog and studying its contents daily. The next question will require you to go to the blog and read a specific article in order to answer it correctly. Please go to and read, and then he puts the link to the blog article he wants us to read. That is the vetting process for the 8th question. So we would go over there and we would read that, and we would come back and we would be asked the 8th question, which is, let me get to it. Okay, isn't greed a good motivator for those of us in TBC to build a life of true abundance? Yes or no? Isn't greed a good motivator for those of us in TBC to build a life of true abundance? I haven't read the article. I mean, I have read all the articles, but I can't remember which article he's referring to. So I would just guess no. Greed is not a good motivator because there's nothing good about greed at all. But if it's a trick question, I would be told, you answered it wrong, Paul, go read the blog again. Okay. But just common sense, knowing what I know now and remembering what I can remember, there's nothing good about greed at all. So I don't think it's a good motivator for us to build a life of true abundance. Greed is not it. In fact, the exact opposite of greed would make sense to me. Okay? I'm not doing this for greed. I'm doing this because I'm tired of living my whole life under a system that I couldn't do anything about. Okay? My parents did the same thing. And I had to watch them both die under that slave system. And I've seen a lot of people, friends and family members, lose everything they worked their whole lives for because of these manipulated crashes, these bubbles they create, and then they pop. And it's been frustrating. But God knew how I would react if I had really realized what Bitcoin was back in 2010 or 2011. I would have gone crazy and nuts because I would have had a system, but I wouldn't have been able to take advantage of it because it was so new. And I'm wired a different way or a certain way. He knows he made me. So he brought me around in 2016. A year after TBC had been involved. No, he brought me around in 2016 to Bitcoin. And it was popular enough that I understood it all and said, wow. And then I discovered in the first few months, like March of 2017, TBC. And then that changed everything. I just couldn't believe it. I sat there and, it was emotional for me. I'll be honest with you. And I don't like to be emotional, but, and my parents are both dead. They're never going to see this. But guess what? I don't have any children, but I have a lot of nephews, a lot of grand nephews and grandnieces. I got a huge family, believe it or not. Both sides I include, my wife's side and, of course, my side. My wife's side is even larger. Okay. And I get to leave this world, hopefully there's no way to stop it. Or it already has changed. And things are just different in a very good way. It's not going to correct everything. Like I always say, abundance will eliminate crime that is motivated by lack, crime that is motivated by scarcity, crime that is motivated by people who need money or currency, whatever the system is at that time, in order to survive. Or want. But when everyone has wealth and everyone is abundant, they don't need to commit a crime. But that doesn't eliminate hate. And people will continue to commit crimes over hate. Okay, so it's not the answer to every problem in the world, but it brings about freedom like we've never seen it, and to have the opportunity to leave that to our children is just incredible. Okay, so that's why I'm doing all this. This is one of the reasons. Okay, let's move on to the 9th question. Okay. Geez, I can't seem to get the top part of the paragraph. All right, let me read what I can. Okay, he's talking about the central bankers. Okay, the central banking system that we're currently on. He calls it the powers that be. It's self-evident that a real challenge to the powers that be must be done by a mass majority of the population. The only way for humanity to unshackle itself from the debt-based enslavement system of today and to avoid the high-tech enslavement matrix of tomorrow is by each finding their own voice to carry out their personal freedom from it. We each must be responsible for our respective freedoms. Leaders lead, but they cannot free you. You and only you can set your course towards freedom. Support leaders within the TBC community with everything you got. Learn to become a leader yourself. Start by finding your voice. We encourage all members of the TBC community to publish and promote TBC testimonials on YouTube and to upload them to the website. Members. Oh, I just lost my screen. Hang on. It's just the Wi-Fi. It's coming back. I hope it's coming back. There it is. Okay. All members should learn how to do a... Oh, I lost it again. Hang on. come back, but the whole video went back to the beginning to start. Okay. Okay. The paragraph before the 9th question is the entire concept and ultimate success of TBC with its mission to end poverty globally cannot be achieved on the backs of a relatively small number of TBC leaders. And then it says, where I started off, it should be self-evident that a real challenge to the powers that be must be done by a mass majority of the population. Okay? That's just self-evident. A few people cannot make a change. We need a unity of a large mass of people because the power is in people. Let's say, so the rest I already said, and then he continues by saying, start by finding your voice. We encourage all members of the TBC community to publish and promote TBC testimonials on YouTube and to upload them to the website. All members should learn how to do live YouTube broadcasts and participate as much as possible on the 24/7 live broadcast schedule. This 24/7 live broadcast is a far better solution to answering the inquiries of TBC prospects and new members that a live chat feature sponsored and paid for by the TBC admin. 9th question, isn't my voice too small to make a difference in the overall success of TBC? You can answer it with one of two answers. Yes, you are only one person. How could what you say matter at all? Oh, sorry. Or no, we need you too to find your voice, to stand up for your freedom. That's the obvious answer. Ladies and gents, all my good friends out there, anybody who I don't know yet that might be watching this video at sometime in the future. Okay, now we're going to move on to the 10th question. 10th and last question, then we'll wrap this up. All right, TBC members are not allowed to be negative about TBC in public, such as making a negative Facebook post or comment on any social media. This is also a form of discounting the TBC currency. This is common sense, people. But I know people, and I know a lot of people would be unbelievably offended by that statement right there. What? I don't have free speech? I can't say what I want to? If I don't believe in it, I can't say it? Well, yeah, you can say it, but you won't be a member of our community. You know, it's just like, you know, well, I won't get into that. I'll get it off and I won't come back. Okay. Okay, so it's also a form of discounting the TBC currency. Okay, that's common sense. Hang on a second, I lost it again. Okay. When a member is caught doing such things, other members will report it as abuse to admin, and your send button will be turned off for a period of time. We are creating wealth at hyper speeds for all of our members, and we will not allow abuse. If you don't like our policies and terms of conditions for our private currency, aka our rules, then please don't join us. This is the first time I've read this 10th paragraph, but I can totally relate. This is why I love the admin. Okay, I never met the guy, obviously, but it's just such common sense. Okay, and everything that he talks about and believes in is like-minded to mine, and would be like-minded to every patriot in this country if they knew about it. Okay, seriously, we don't. I don't even know if we've even got 100,000 people in America 357 or something million people in this world, in America. That includes children, women, men. We've only got less than 100,000, I think. Okay? Because America is the richest country, right? So we don't feel the need because we're just kind of used to dealing with what we've got. As long as we can go out of our house, well, as long as we have a house, those of us who have a house, a roof over our heads, and have a car, can go out and get in the car and go somewhere and get something, whatever we want, or whatever we need, I should say. But there's so many of us that people that don't have a roof over their heads. They're living in tents on our sidewalks. Okay? So we should be out getting their name, getting their email address, and giving them the free gift. But it is $10 now. And some people would have $10. I mean, those people are living on something. They just don't have enough to pay rent. So this is why we've got almost 1 million people in countries in Africa and, well, third world countries all over the world. We've got a humongous amount of members because they understand what this is. They're more ready and open-minded than Americans are. Okay? But if the Patriots knew that this was available for them and they understood it, they'd all be. And that's what's going to happen. I guarantee you. Because now that we're switching over and migrating to this new blockchain system, we are going to explode. We are going to start doing peer-to-peers, business transactions like you wouldn't believe, because it can be done just like that. And when we explain to people that our coin goes up and never goes down, it's going to be the same as today, except we're going to have no back-end tech problems whatsoever. So the growth, even if we grew 30 times, which is what we did last year, we would grow to what? 30 times 3 million? 90 million. There you go. There's our own economy right there. In 1 year, bam. So when he says it's coming soon, it's coming soon. We'll be at 1 billion people. We could be at 1 billion people in 1 year. Okay, we only need to double our 3 million members by 9 times to be 1 billion, to be over 1 billion people. Think about that. If everybody just went out and got one person and gave them the gift once a month, then the next month, the new person plus the same person did it again, and every month they duplicate it by getting one more person, we'd be there in 9 months. Okay, so yeah, we'll be at 1 billion in 2 years. Okay, God willing, of course. It takes us 3 years. Okay, 3 years. But you know how fast 3 years goes by? Especially when you're getting older, right? Okay. So you heard the last paragraph. It was probably the best paragraph of all. Okay, he tells us the way it is. Hey, you can't be saying anything negative about our community. We are a private community, so we have our rules. Okay, if you can't handle that, don't join us. Okay, but you'll be using Kringles in the future. All right. Last question. It shouldn't matter if I choose to express a negative opinion in a public forum. I have a right to do so, correct? I'm sorry, I could not help myself. Oh, man. Correct. You can't always be expected to withhold your desire to express negative opinions publicly about TBC, and you have no worries about the consequences of doing so. That's obviously the wrong answer. The correct answer would be incorrect. Your negativity expressed openly in public, such as on Facebook, not only jeopardizes your purchase of TBC coins and their value, but it brings harm to the entire TBC community. And I'm sorry, but there's something in the way here. Something, share your negative opinion is with a TBC leader privately, so that it has the opportunity of becoming resolved for you and all. Okay. That's obviously the correct answer. Okay, so if you have a negative, if you've passed all of them and you're still cool, all 9, and you get to that 10th one and you have a little bit of problem with it, and then you read the 2 answers, and all of a sudden that second answer, B, makes sense to you. I see what they're saying. They're kind of right. Why should I just blast it out there on Facebook or blah, blah, blah in some forum or whatever, some TBC group I find on the social media. If I have a problem, I'll just take it to the person that introduced it to me and I'll find out. We want you. We want you. Join. You see what I'm saying? But if you have a problem with that last one, we don't want you. Okay. So that's it. That's what's coming forward now. That's where we are at right now. Okay. And it's very, very exciting because, like I said before, we have been around 2 years. We haven't gone anywhere. We have only continued to grow and only continued to improve our system. We're not going anywhere, God willing. We're not going anywhere. We're solid. We're strong. I mean, think about it. The trading platforms out there in the world that are trading coins, all the other coins like Bitcoin, they are centralized, completely centralized. The trading exchanges are completely centralized. They can be controlled. They can be shut down. China has shut theirs down. There's no Bitcoin happening, trading exchanges in the country of China, because China wants to make their yuan strong and solid. They're backing it by gold. They're starting to buy their oil with it. They don't want the US dollar. So they got to focus, okay? And they don't want anything else to come in to the people right now. That's the part of the old system that China is still on, okay? It's kind of crazy because you've got part communist and part capitalist in China. But it's really cool. It's much better than it was, right? Okay. Russia, in the meantime, is being demonized by the deep state and the central banking system because they've kicked them out. So they're like supposedly our enemies. This is a democratic nation that's all Christian. They're supposed to be our enemies? Give me a break. They weren't even our enemies in the Soviet Union. That was a bunch of BS. Okay. Did we ever go to war? No. In fact, they were our allies in World War II, right? They helped get rid of a really evil system called the Nazis, the German Nazis. Okay, so anyway, thanks Sid for hanging in there an hour and 25 minutes with me. And I'm already scheduled for tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Hey, it's Taco Tuesday tonight. Tomorrow's Wednesday. So I'll be here same time, same place, same channel. God willing. I mean, there might something come up. You never know. If I'm not here by 5:01, like I said, I'm not coming. I might just, when I do get home, if I'm out somewhere or something has happened, I may decide to just do a live one at any time. I'm able to, but most likely not because it gets late. Got a lot of people in this house. We're raising $3,000, 2 grandnieces and 1 grandnephew. Plus we got our Lennon and her little sister Phoebe when we're lucky. And so we have a loaded house here. And we have a lot of fun. Okay, but, well, there's no buts. Okay, so go get your tacos and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Thanks for being here. Thank you guys so much for your support. So much for hitting those like buttons. I'm going to go over, and if any of you've got videos, I'm going to like your video. Okay? And those of you that are just participating, that aren't doing these broadcasts yet, you guys already know from the voice of TBC that you are at the next level of leaders. You are leaders by coming in and making positive remarks about us. Diana, I can't say enough about you. Diana Gordon is just top of the line right there. Okay? So this is so important to all of us. You have no idea what good you are doing. You may have an idea, and we thank you so much for it. Okay? God bless all you guys. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.